So you know the ones where you're listening to a song that you really like and you're like, that's my tune.
That's my tune.
Hello. I'm Jojo B and this is That's My Tune, the podcast providing song reviews and interviews. Today, myself and a special guest, Mr. Oh Yes, will be discussing the song Let's Go Crazy by Prince. So I want you to rock out to this song for a moment because that's the only way to enjoy it, to be honest. And I'll be right back. And don't forget, if you're listening via YouTube, the link of the song is in the description box. Be right back. So everybody, I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Oh Yes. Yeah!
Hey. Hey.
You're the 90s R&B thing already, yeah?
Wow. Hey. Hi everyone. Hey, how you doing and how you be?
Oh man, I'm tired as hell, but I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm calling the gang right now. It's been a long day. And yeah, it's been a long day.
Cool. But yeah, man, it's all good. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. So, Mr. Oh Yes, you are also in the podcasting world and you're an author, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But you also happen to be a very huge Prince fan. I'd like you to tell me the origins of where this love began. Talk to me.
Okay, so I was raised in a classic 80s UK Nigerian household. And I grew up in a household where both parents absolutely loved music. And I also grew up in a house where it was Michael Jackson or nothing. That was up until somehow someone somewhere got a copy of Purple Rain on VHS.
Okay.
And I've got two older sisters and they both loved MJ.
Yeah.
Until one of them sort of splintered off into the Prince rock pop sort of realm.
Right.
And that kind of splintered me into still loving MJ.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, who's this guy playing this guitar and wearing high heels and saying things about sex stuff that I have no idea about, but I know all the songs. And I don't know who Darling Nikki is, but yeah, man, I love that song, man. That's a jam.
Okay.
So that's how. So by about what 6, 7, 5, 6, I had watched and knew the words to Purple Rain, the film, and the album, and it just grew from there because then I had to then go back. Then I learned about, everything he did before that.
Right.
And then as he grew as an artist, I grew loving everything he did. So I always felt like my soul was splintered down the middle of loving MJ, but also loving Prince for like totally different reasons. But both great, amazing artists. And learning about everything that Prince did, everything that Prince played, everything, he's a marvel to me. He really is. I say is because he lives in my head. So
fair enough.
Everything that he is, everything that he's done, that's okay. He's my my funky side.
Okay, so let me ask you this. The forbidden question. If you had to choose, between Michael Jackson and Prince.
I beg now.
Which one would you choose? Listen. I have to ask you this question. Like, it's inevitable. You took me there. You took me there, fam. You walked me right into that question.
But that's like, that question, that question, because that goes into the subsection of, that's like asking me what is my favorite song from either artist. I cannot and will not answer that question. I can't. It's physically impossible. What do I choose? If I'm choosing if you're gonna ask me what's my favorite MJ song, are you talking about his funky ones? Are you talking about his deep ones? Are you even talking about his slow jams? Because everyone forgets MJ killed a slow jam. Same with Prince. Are you talking about his religious ones that weren't really religious, but they didn't sound religious, but they were? Are you talking about his thought-provoking ones? Are you talking about his funky ones? I can't choose. I can give you some favorites, but I can't, in the same way that I can't choose between Prince and MJ. I can't. They reach something in me that the other one doesn't.
No, but that still doesn't answer my question. If you had to choose, fam. If you had to choose. You had to choose.
All right, we'll come back. We'll come back to this question at some point in the podcast, so then I can answer it.
Will you answer people?
I can pretend to
at the
answer
end.
it.
You can pretend. Man said pretend. You know. Find out at the episode. Will he answer? Oh my god!
I can't answer that shit. That's tough. That's a tough one.
I'm definitely going to come back to the answer. I'm definitely going to come back to this. You don't worry about that one. So
I'm hoping through the course of this time you'll actually forget, but it's cool.
Try me, innit? Try me. So right, let's get back to Prince, right? So we are going to discuss the song "Let's Go Crazy." Tell me your thoughts about "Let's Go Crazy." Talk to me.
As soon as you said that's the song we're gonna do, I stopped. Like I instantly heard I heard the music, I heard the piano, I heard the chords, and I just heard "Dearly Beloved, love it."
It's just "Dearly Beloved" alone.
To get through the thing called life.
All that delay on his vocals, like just drenched in delay, like.
It takes me right back to my childhood because that film was the beginning of Purple Rain. Yeah, it was the first song on the album. Right. You know, it kicked the whole film off. You know, it was the performance. It showed his the motorcycle. Yeah. The first time you saw Apollonia in the film, if you've not seen Purple Rain, you don't know who Apollonia is, then I don't even know why you're listening to this because boy, it was. Let's Go Crazy. Yeah. On the even and for me as a child, just on the surface of Let's Go Crazy, and it was a very calm intro. Then the drums kicked in and started to do, and then the guitar kicked in, and then you're like, okay, where's this going? Yeah. And then this became one of my cleaning songs as a child. So if we were all cleaning the house together, we'd put this on and we'd all just start jumping around. No one's really cleaning when this comes on.
Of course not. You can't.
But it's just jumping around and being stupid. Yeah. But it was one of those ones where when you hear it, you know what time it is. Yeah. And it was only in my older years of, just trying to go beyond just the marvel of Prince, because Prince stories, Prince interviews, all few and far between, very sparse. So anything that you learned about him, you kind of treasured. Yep, definitely. And to find out that what the song was truly about, for years I had no idea. So I'm just jumping around like as my mom would say, like a goat, just jumping around, going crazy, not realizing, he's talking about God and Satan and, the elevator being Satan, so when he's like, when the elevator's trying to break you down, he's talking about Satan, and I didn't know that. So it gave the song a whole twist on what Let's Go Crazy is actually about.
Do you know what? I didn't know what the song was about, but thanks for sharing that with me, because I've been listening to it more of late, not just because of the podcast, but something just sparked it for me to just listen to it. And musically speaking, because I listen to music in a very deep way, even when you listen to the drum pattern, boom, cha, it reminds me of church. So you're there and you're clapping hands. Yeah. Like even the organs, like like it has this like this. It gave me that churchy feel. I could imagine a choir being on that record. Like, so when you're saying that about the elevator, it makes so much sense. It makes so much.
It's Prince. So as subversive as he was, he could be talking about something religious.
Yeah.
But the song sounds like nothing religious in any way, shape, or form. But to him, he's saying, and he knows what he's saying and how he's saying it. But you as a listener will have no idea. And that was one of those songs where I just had no idea. And then when you think about it like that, and then you listen to the lyrics and,
when it talks about the afterworld and stuff like that.
So when you call that shrink in Beverly Hills, the one, Dr. Phil, go make sure everything is all right. He's it's like the clues are in front of you.
Yeah.
But you just have no idea.
Yeah.
And that just makes me love him and love the song just a lot more now, because then you're just like, wait, hold on a minute. Let me listen to this song now with that in mind.
Right.
It becomes a whole different song.
It does. Even the bass. Sorry, continue.
No, I was saying, and that's before you even start thinking about the instrumentation, the guitar solo, the clashing of all the instruments, the bass.
Yeah. I mean, even like the bass, like again, that is church. You derive that from like it's like everything. You know what? Thanks for sharing that with me. Thanks for sharing that. And that's why I love having these conversations, because you learn from other people and you learn each other's perspectives and why you love the song. So I'm really happy we're having this conversation right now.
Oh, listen, you're talking to a music fiend. So yeah, I like to go into. I don't like to just listen to the music. I like to go into
it. Yeah.
I'm one of those people who listen to a song once, and then like on the 19th time I'm listening to the song, I'm now listening to just the keys. Yeah. And then on the 20th time, I'm listening to just the bass.
You're
and then
like,
on the 21st time, I'm listening to just the drums.
Come on now.
I make the whole, to see what makes that whole entire song.
Yeah.
I'm a fiend like that. So
yeah, you get it. You
Let's
understand.
Go Crazy was one of those songs for me.
You understand. You get it. But moving on from Prince for a second, you are also into the podcasting world. You have a podcast with a few of your friends, and I'd like you to tell the people them all about it.
All right. So I'm a part of the Different Strokes podcast. Mm-hmm. We've been running for what 3 years?
Okay.
I want to say three, maybe 4 even. It's been a minute.
Wow.
We've moved around. We've been in different studios, so it feels like we've been together for a long time. But it's me, myself, Mark Two Drinks, Rory's, and Miss KK. And we're especially in today's climate where all male podcasts are just like
hey, listen, let's not even go there. That's not even.
What are they talking about? Nonsense. No. So it's a nice mix of men, and we also have a lady as well. So it kind of gives a nice balance.
Yeah.
And it's nice because me and Mark are classic 80s babies,
right? And
you have Reese and Kay, who are a little bit younger,
right?
So it gives a nice dynamic of of the two old guys going, "Oh, you can't say half caste anymore."
When I was your age.
But yeah, to be honest, like podcasting, and especially like just talking to other people and having conversations, it's very therapeutic, I found. I'm finding talking to people and just finding other opinions and having discussions is really therapeutic well, especially in today's world where everything is as topsy-turvy as it is. It's just nice to talk. found out I like to talk, even though I'm a generally quite quiet person. But then when I have the opportunity to talk, I've got shit to say. I got shit to say.
Yeah, so podcasting. So we've touched on that. So you are an author, and you've been an author for quite a long time.
I've been an author.
And you've got a new book coming out soon. So you better share with the people, because I want you to promote yourself right now.
I've been an author for, this is my 21st year.
21 years, my goodness.
This is my 21st year. I started this when dial-up internet was dial-up internet.
Hey, come on!
when it was MySpace and Black Planet. That's when I started.
Listen. Do you remember Black Chat as well, fam?
And Black Chat.
Yeah. Those were the days, bro. Those were the days.
Oh my God. Such simple times. Simple times. So yeah, I've been I've been an author for 21 years. I've done 17. This is my 17th book I've got coming out.
Wow.
It's called In the Name of, and it's I'm really excited about this one, because this is my switch. This is my Bilal from House Party switch.
Love that reference.
I wanted to write a book about fathers. And I wanted to. My initial premise was I wanted to create a story about fathers who go through things that mothers traditionally go through. So I have three black men in London. One of them one of them is a dad whose partner leaves him for the first year of the child's life, so he has to raise the child by himself. And I have another father who's going through he's a stay-at-home dad, but he's going through domestic abuse and verbal abuse at home, and it's showing how, as a man, he goes through that. But it's also trying to look at some of the things that women as parents go through, but it's also just turning it on its head.
Yeah.
I always like trying to write something that's, it kind of has got a twist to it. I like to write twists in my stories. I mean, I came from, I'm self-taught, so I came up reading old Express books and Eric Jerome Dickey, and I just like to write something that isn't exactly something you'll find anywhere else. And I'm trying to keep that thing going.
That is brilliant.
So,
but you mentioned something about this book being a switch. What is this? What is it a switch of or from?
Oh, well, I for the last 10, 11 years, I used to write mainly write erotica. So it was mainly Black London based erotica, because again, there was no one doing that. It was a hot pardon the pun, it was a hole that needed to be filled. So I thought, why not fill it? My very first book was the Little Black Book series that came out the summer before 50 Shades of Grey came out. So where that book always used to get the sort of, it always was like, this isn't really believable, it's not really good, it's not written very well. But I wanted to write I wanted to write stories that people from my community could recognize or could agree with or disagree with or put themselves in or read and say, oh, you know what? I got a friend or a cousin or I went through something like that, and, familiarize themselves and see themselves in the pages of books.
Okay.
And, over the years, there's been a massive, 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 upturn of Black authors and published authors, and, the major publishing houses, picking up and, promoting and pushing forward our people. Because we're writing our stories. And I absolutely love to see that.
Definitely.
And, I know there's an agent out there somewhere who's coming for me. I know you're coming. I see you. I'm ready. But see, that's my whole thing, because when that day does come, at least I know I've got the library to show.
Yeah, you got the stats, listen,
when you're ready, I'm here. And I've got more books that I'm writing. I've got another 5 books after this that I'm writing that I already have planned out. So I'm planning ahead and just planning to keep it going. I love writing. It's something that it's the thing I'm meant to do. I think I figured out it's the thing that I'm meant to do. So
that's amazing. And I look forward to seeing more.
To feel like I found the thing that I'm meant to do is a good feeling. It's just, I'm just waiting for that day when I can be paid for it. And then, I can be in Dubai just planning my next book on a yacht.
You really want to go to the...
No, I do.
Soon come, fam. Soon come. But I haven't forgotten the question. I'm going to end on this. I have not forgotten the question I asked you at the beginning.
I'm sorry. What question was that?
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to remind you. If you had to choose between Michael Jackson and Prince, which one would you choose?
See, this is a tough. There are levels to this question. Okay, there are levels to this question. The reason that there are levels to this question is, okay, so I started with MJ.
Yeah.
But I started with MJ. Jackson 5, Jackson's, MJ, Off the Wall, Thriller, Dangerous. Saw MJ 3 times at Wembley, the old Wembley. Yeah, 3 times. 3 times. I got to see him when he hopped out the floor and stood there for 5 minutes, and everyone's going mad. And then
what experience!
He stood there for 5 minutes,
wow.
And then he turned his head to the right, and everyone went more mad. And I got to see all that.
Wow.
Prince though played every single instrument in his band.
Yeah.
It got to a point where on Under the Cherry Moon, right? New new positions. Not new positions. There's a song that Prince plays the drum. No, there's a drumming break on this song.
Right.
And it sounds like there are 2 people beating up 2 drums at the same time. I was so fascinated by this. I actually had to tweet Wendy and Lisa, and I asked them, I said, look, you lot were around them times. How did he do this? And they actually told me, he had a double pedal as he was doing it. So he's hitting both feet with double pedals to make it sound like there's 2 loads of drums. That I can't. Don't make me choose. And then it's going to be like out there, so it's in print. I can't take it back.
Do you know what? I'm going to be nice to you, okay? I'm going to be nice to you. You don't have to answer the question. You're clearly breaking the sweat. So, guys, I'm sorry, but he.
Can I take Prince Jackson? How about that? Prince Jackson.
There is no. You cannot do that. You cannot blend the two. How dare you? I was going to be nice to you. I was going to be nice. You see what people? You see what you? No, Virgin. What kind? What? Fam.
Look. I didn't know it was going to be a party. I just thought it was going to be some work to get it.
It's Jackson, you know. So, fam, where can we find you on socials?
You can find me on Twitter at Mr. OYes. That's MROHYES. You can find me on Instagram, MISTERO because somebody teeth Mr. O with one H.
Okay.
Bastard. Check out my website, www. Mr. O, that's MROH.co.uk. And yeah.
I look forward to it. It's been great speaking with you, Mr. OYes.
Ma'am, anytime you want to do this about any song, when that Silk Sonic one comes around again, yeah, let me know. I'm there for that too.
Cool. We'll do that. All right. Have a good evening.
Thank you for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
And the same mutual feeling, fam. Mutual feeling. Bye.
Bye.
And that's the end of today's episode. Real great conversation. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. OYes. If you'd like to know more about this podcast, you most certainly can. Just go on linktr.ee/TMT_podcast. You'll find all the social media. You'll find Spotify and YouTube. And do not forget, if you'd like to email, it's that'smytunepodcast@gmail.com. I'll be back with another episode. Until then, enjoy this one and all the other ones right up to episode 1. I keep you guys entertained. Like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. I'm out now. Bye.